Okay, okay, okay. Now it's not unexpected. Hello and welcome. So I'm just going to be working on Yum Albat's rig today. Just going to keep working on it. Let's see here. I've got some of the movement in here, but there's a little more movement that I need to add. Specifically, I need to make these ruffles move and the flares on the legs move as well. So let me see here. Gonna add these to another deformer. Okay. Oh, hey Manalis, how are you doing? It's been a while. Hope you've been well. Hope college is going well for you. Let's see here. Clothing. I need to add another parameter. I guess I would call this one like a dress swish or something because it's about a dress shape, probably. Yeah, just in case she wants to do another version with like just like a long dress. Start slow and steady. All right. What would the alternative be if not slow and steady? She's wearing a dress or pants with big bell legs? Big bell legs. It's almost like a dress, but it's long and split into two pant legs. Okay, Yam, here's a question since you're here. These ruffles that are underneath, are these attached to the pant, the actual pant, like the outer part? Or are they separate? Chilling, getting ready for dinner? Oh, cool. What's for dinner? Nice shoes, by the way. I like the boots. Yeah, I think those are pretty nice. Maybe I might need to add another level. There we go. Yeah, maybe that'll be alright. Once they're a hemline, they don't need independent movement. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna have to figure this one out real quick. So I need to grab top inner, top outer, bottom inner, bottom outer. as well as top inner and bottom right. Put them all in one. Okay, there we go. And now let's redo this a little bit. So the main leftwards motion, and then some rightwards motion. These ribbons are attached, aren't they? Let me set this to 0 real quick. There we go. Okay, so there's a little bit of movement there. Let's set to default and give it a bounce as well. So this is down. We can make it come down a little bit. Maybe the bounce upwards doesn't need to be as exaggerated. Reset to default, and I might have to put the bow in there as well. All right, let me do a corner synthesis here. And that should do it. All right, let's see. Let's grab everything in the other pant leg. Do I have BGM going? I don't, do I? Hold on. There we go, BGM. For a while, I kind of just did not notice I didn't have BGM going. All right, we're gonna move this, make this come over a little bit this way. This needs to come over a little bit this way. Reset to default clothing bounce. We'll need to add a little bit. Just a little bit. Let me raise this a tiny bit as well. Okay, and now I can link these and synthesize. There we go. Okay. got some corned beef with eggs. Yeah, that sounds good. Sounds pretty good. I'm actually a little bit hungry, but you know, it'll have to wait. It is a pretty complicated grid. Hi Jose, how you doing? Doing good, I hope. Set this to default. I need to add another layer of deformers to make the tier 2 the tier 2 physics interaction here. Maybe sway? Yeah, sway is more accurate. Okay, let's give it some additional work here. Right, so Flutter is going to try to make this a little more detailed here. A little more detailed, and then the whole thing kind of moves up here. So let me set this to default again. Let's get a little more movement up in the top. Okay, and then let me get a little more movement on the left side as well. Link it, synthesize corners. Okay, alright. So now I need to add another layer for ruffling. Okay, left leg. Oh, I named it Flutter, didn't I? Yeah, I named it Flutter. I gotta keep that consistent. Otherwise I might confuse myself. If you ever do anything like this, make sure not to confuse yourself. Very important. Okay. Let's give this a little bit more direction. Okay, let me see if it has a bad interaction anywhere. Nope. Okay. So now now we need to do the physics on the bow. I'm gonna call this bow flutter. This is the left side, right? Left bow flutter. Gonna replicate that, and that'll be the third pendulum, I think, is what I'm gonna set it to be. Okay. And then for this one, actually, I'm gonna rename this. I'm gonna call it bow sway. So it's gonna sway leftwards a little bit, like this. Let me set this back to default and clear and retry. How do I want to do this? I guess I could also just rotate it. And then flatten out some parts that I want to be a little more shaped. So shaped. Let's see. And let's move that up a tiny bit. Okay, let me try the other direction just slightly. That'll probably look good. Yeah, actually I didn't need to do a whole lot of deformation. I can simplify this. It'll make it easier to copy. Anyways, so I'll simplify it to rotating. By rotating to the left a little bit, and then rotating to the right a little bit. Okay. And we also need to do the bounce of the bow. And this one's gonna need a little more. Hold on. Maybe I need... Yeah, maybe I need that. And there we go. And then I move it down. And this should work. This should, oh, whoops. Okay. It did deform the center a little bit. And then let me see if I can undeform it or make it A little more normal looking. Okay, how about that? Still looks a little bit funky, but that's okay. Let me see. There we go. Reset to default, and then... Ah, shoot. There you go. That's better. Probably need a map if I attended something like this, because I'd probably do all the work in reverse. In reverse? What do you mean reverse? Okay, this is gonna be called right bow flutter and I think I actually should change the mesh to be a little more heavy. Yeah. Same for this one. Yeah. Okay, bow flutter. Let's give you sway. Okay. And then set this to default. We'll give a downwards bounce. Might need to increase this a bit. 5 and 5? Yeah, 5 and 5. Okay. That's better. And then, of course, it also needs to go up. Okay. Alrighty. And that should make it look correct once I synthesize the corners. There we go. There we go. In reverse, maybe fumble around. Oh, okay. I see. Also, yeah, welcome back, Yam. Okay, other things that I think the leg needs is it needs a little bit more movement here, because this cut in the front of the leg where it opens up, even though it's hemmed at the bottom, there needs to be a little movement up at the top. So I'm going to add another flutter. So this is going to be left leg cloth flutter. And that's going to need a couple more divisions. So we got the dress flutter and dress sway. Now we need a cloth flutter. Let me replicate this. that is going to make it so that when it goes left, we will have some leftward flutter here, a bit of rightward flutter there, left here, left here. A little bit of this, and then we'll S-curve it around the other way on the other side. For this one, I'll move this back out a little bit. Yeah, that's a little bit better. It's alright. It's alright. Full body rigs always get cut kind of funky all the time, so it's not a big deal. Alright, now this will be pretty good. Let me grab the other one. It's on the right leg. And I think I'm gonna leave the lattice underneath alone and just move the bow. So I'll do one of these. Increase the divisions for height. Give it some keyframes for the cloth flutter. Okay, there we go. And then of course, I'm gonna do it in the other direction. Let's see, do I want to make this symmetrical or do I want to reverse it? Maybe I can reverse the reflect. That would work well with the bouncing motion, I think. Yeah, a little bit. Maybe move this in a little more. Yeah, let me take a look at the other one. And make sure that the hem stays relatively stationary, so it doesn't look like it's really all that separate. Okay. That would look pretty separate if I didn't move that. Alright, back to the other one. And this needs a little bit lower. There we go. Okay, that looks a little better. Hi, Zane. Zany? Or is it Zane or Zany? I'm gonna go with Zany because it's funner It sounds more fun to say. Okay. Looks like I got it right. Sometimes I don't. Alright, let's see. Which one is this? This is left leg. Powder. And I have to get these parts to all agree. Alright, so what am I gonna name this? I guess I'll put it under dress flutter. I'm gonna connect it to dress flutter. Maybe not. Hold on. Let me replicate this parameter. Ruffle flutter. Okay, there we go. It's gonna be another one. Try to make sure everything looks right. Okay. That looks about right. Pants. Ruffle 1. I call it bant. Oops. Careful, we can almost see her ankles. Don't worry about it. She doesn't have them. I'm just kidding. I'm sure she has ankles. Pant ruffle 2. Oh my god, not ankles. Pantaloons! I don't need as many height divisions. Maybe more width divisions would do well. Let's see. Here's the ruffle flutter. Move these bits over here. That probably does it. Let me give it a little more. And give it a little more this way as well. Okay. Alright, there's that one. Now I gotta do the third ruffle. Pant ruffle 3. Right, now I'm imagining just really long feet instead of legs. Well, I mean, if you think about animals, most animals just have really long feet. Like a cat, the foot, the part that we would call on our body, the foot, it's just like half of the entire leg. I just realized the texture atlas is going to be an abomination of a million ruffle layers. Probably. That's okay. That's okay. That's how it is with anything that's like kind of high detail. Okay. Almost there. Just gotta do the other direction. Thankfully, this is mostly still being used when the viola toggles got activated, so I don't have to redo it. Oops, I pulled this a little too high. There we go. Alright, there we go. And then set to default. Let me replicate this, and this will be called Dress Ruffle Sway. Alright, and then for this, we're grabbing these two, adding them together. Ruffle Sway 3. And we'll just make the whole thing move over a little bit. Same in the other direction. Like that. Set to default and grab the second layer. Ruffle Sway 2. Give it some keyframes and start moving it. There we go. Move this over a little bit more. There we go. And then the last one. Ruffle Sway 1. Add it to the keyframes and move the whole ruffle over. There you go. Then back this way. There we go. Set to default. Bring back the outsides. As for this bottom section, I kind of want to do something about it, but I know that like nobody's gonna like really notice anything if I do anything with it. I guess I could add another bounce animation to it. Might as well. Oh no, wrong one. We'll go clothing bounce. I can give it a little bit of motion here. And I'll try to straighten out the that top section real quick. Get this all straightened out. Don't know how I feel about that, honestly. Let me see. Nope. Nope. Nope, 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 nope. Reset to default clear. I'm gonna use a deformer for it. Better give a good polish on this feed because I know people are gonna be. No, don't be like that. She ain't that kind of VTuber. Pant ruffle bounce. I don't know why I'm actually doing this, actually. Because, like, I don't think anybody will notice this particular detail. Because it's like, you almost never see it, right? But whatever. I'll add it anyways. It's not hard to add, it's just... is it worth it? Pant, ruffle, bounce, 1. Gonna add the 2 to this one. Details are silly, goofy, and fun. Yeah, I guess. That's fair. Actually, should I do it on Flutter? No, I'll do it on Bounce. Okay, there we go. Pant, ruffle, bounce, 3. Bring this down a little bit. Bring it up a bit. Okay, and then I think I'm actually going to replicate this. clothing bounce 2. And then for all of these ruffles, I'm going to move them, change to clothing bounce 2. Very floofy. Okay, let's put the rest of that pant leg back on, see how this is going. Okay, and then the flutter is alright, that'll be fine. Sway is gonna be okay. And then that's also gonna be okay. I think I'm gonna rename this Sway 2. I might not need all that motion. Yeah, I might not need all this motion. Wow, okay. Might have gone overboard with that one. I feel like Mary Poppins. Mary Poppins, y'all. In our chat, Mary Poppins. Cool. Alright, let's see. We need this to have our body input for the clothing flutter bounce. Okay. And then I think actually I'm going to add another pendulum. This will be pretty short. That'll be on 3. Let me give this a little go. Take that. Point 0.5. How about that? Okay, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Might want to put that on part 2. Let me see. Maybe 1? One might be a little bit better. Alright, let me add the other ones as well. This needs the dress. No, the bow bounce. Okay, I'm pretty happy with those bows. Although maybe putting them on 2 might be better. And then delete this third one. Maybe not. Let me add the third one back in. It's gonna be 8. Put this one on 3. There we are. Maybe put this one on 5 instead. Do we want clothing bounce 2 on 3 as well? I'm gonna try it. I think 2 works better for that one. that's a little better. Right, and then we also need to do the ruffle, which this one, okay, torso ruffle, yeah, that's the swaying one. So I'll add the dress ruffle sway and the dress sway as well. Add those together. Oh, forgot. The bow sway needs to be added in there. Okay, so bow sway, that's going to be 1. Dress sway, that's going to be 1. Ruffle sway, that's going to be 1. And then the ruffle sway needs to be lessened. Let's make this longer. How about 10? Make this one 15? 15. And 10. Okay. I might have to reverse the dress sway. Let's see. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to reverse the dress sway as well. Let me see how the bows are doing. Increase this to 1.5. Let's try that. Maybe that needs to reverse as well. Yep. Yep. There we go. And now I have the physics for the body mostly done. Including a little bit of up and down physics too. Alright, now I need to collapse basically everything in here so I can start doing the Y and Z, I mean the Z motion. So there's X and Y, where? Okay, so I need to do some Z motion here. Okay, I'm going to do head, body, Z, right? Upper body, Z. Okay. So for the upper body, when we're tilting to the left, right? the torso is going to tilt to the left, but we don't want to move the head too far out of alignment. So it'll tilt a little bit here. I can use this, or I can... No, actually, I'll use the deformers to do the tilt. It'll look a little more natural. Okay, let's see. Further this way. And then we tilt it a little bit more. Reflect horizontally. Okay. And then the head needs to move along with the neck. So move in the other way. Okay. Very good. Alright, so that's already fully rigged, but I need to do hips Z. Which then needs to go over, deform this direction. Okay, and we'll reflect it the other way. There we go. I'm gonna grab both legs and attach them to a Z. Legs Z. Right. Alrighty, so the legs will move over as well. And we will reflect motion on that one. There we go. Also need to push the outer leg down using your hip muscles when you do this kind of tilt, so I'm gonna further tilt that a little bit. Reflect motion horizontally. Might have been a little too much. Let me tone that down a little. Tone this down a little bit. Okay, back to the legs. Let's get these lined up correctly. Reflect the motion. There we go. Okay, now we need to move the arms and wings. I think I'm going to do the arms separately from the wings. I'm going to do shoulders Z. And then we will reflect the motion, of course, horizontally. Right? Wings. Wing root Z. Reflect motion. There you go. Okay, so now I have the shoulders, but I think I still want to have the arms out where they were before. Mostly. There we go. Reflect that motion. A little more of a shimmy. Little more of a shimmy. Let's try this in physics. The random doesn't really set to anything that we would actually end up using. Let me set this to default again. Right. Okay, so here's a bit of a question, I guess. If Yem is still here anyways. And that would be, I guess you could watch the VOD. Hey Corruption, how you doing? Yeah, so as I was saying, perhaps there needs to be more motion to the left or right when the Z tilt changes, because that might affect how she moves around on the screen. I don't know. Maybe it's better to have the head stay relatively stationary But I don't really have mine set up that way, and I know a lot of VTubers have their setup similar to mine, but it does depend on the image, because this kind of like motion doesn't exactly lend itself to being, how do I say, being able to escape a certain gaze. So that's something I'm considering right now. I know that she doesn't want that sort of thing going on. So maybe I can like reverse it. If I reverse it, it'll look a little different. Or if I make the movement more exaggerated and move the shoulders a little bit less. Yeah, moving the shoulders a little bit less would change it a little bit. I think I see random pose. 100% random pose. Alright. Okay, so this is basically just standard. If you want to go through my layers, I've yet to do these toggles. So that's gonna be the next stream, I think, that I'll really get into it. But if you want to know how I structure it, I usually go from having the physics, so the main mesh, and then whatever physics needs to be on there. So here's a good example. These ruffles here are attached to this physics deformer, which I have assigned, and then that is then nested inside of this general deformer for body motion. And then that's nested inside of the overall upper body. And then, of course, the Z. I think the head is probably the most physics heavy. Yeah, the most physics heavy part. Because if you look at all the hair here, let me look at the front hair. Where's the front hair? Some pieces of the front hair. There you go. So here's a strand. That's rigged to have some physics. Then you have it nested inside of a overall kind of like sway deformer, and then a bounce deformer, because obviously when you nod your head, you want your hair to like go up and down, right? Yeah, and then this goes to the face overall, turning side to side. And then the Z angle for the head as well. And then you also have to nest it inside of another one because the body moves around. But since I rigged the head to not use a rotation deformer, I don't really like using these deformers here. These use like an angle, but it stops you from being able to like really have deformations on a parent deformer go down into your child deformer. So like if I had a rotation here, then whatever deformation on this head body deformation it would not transfer down into the head. It would keep the same size and shape, which is nice in some ways when you're trying to make something that like stays the same size, like a logo that's got physics or whatever, and it kind of like spins. But when you're doing something like this, you want a little more deformation. So, onward and upwards. I need to select. Well, actually, I need to close up some of these physics folders here. And then open up this toggle folder. And there's the wing toggle. Replicate that, but this is going to be called viola toggle. Alright. And I'm going to set the default to 0. Set to default. Okay. We're going to grab all of this here. There's a lot here. Okay. All of these. Oh, another tip. If you're making toggles for something, don't assign physics to the art mesh. It makes it impossible. Well, not impossible, but really, really a pain in the butt. So, don't do it. Don't do it. Viola toggle. And when this is set to 1, these all get set to 0. Same with the hand. I need the hand also. Viola toggle, all to 0. Okay. Oh, shoot. I totally forgot to add a torso bounce. Or wait, maybe I did. Maybe I already did. Maybe I'm just seeing things. Yeah, I'm just seeing things. Alright, so Viola toggle gets rid of the default forearm here, and it also needs to get rid of this default forearm here. So that would be the left hand. And the sleeve ribbon. That also needs to go to 0. Alright, let me see what the viola looks like real quick. That's the hand and bow. And that's the playing hand. Alright. Viola... okay, viola toggle arms. These are also important. So that means the upper arm that I have, the default upper arms, can also be added to the viola toggle and set to 0. Right? And then the bowing arm, yeah, all this stuff. Upper arm, bowing arm, just everything in here. Set everything. In here to have toggle visibility. Okay. Viola hand, there's the glove, pieces of the palm, fingertips. Box as well. All the viola pieces. Gonna give them a standard deformation. Okay, looks good. And also give it a toggle here. Ah, totally forgot about this one. That's okay, let me add it in real quick. Alright. So, we should... Alright. We get our viola when we toggle that. I'm gonna make sure I have each of these toggles preset. Pointing toggle. Yeah, there we go, pointing toggle. Let's see. Gonna have to grab the arms, these default arms here. Select child objects. Alright, cool. Can I select only the art meshes? I guess not. Okay. I'll just have to do this manually. Okay. Okay, so this one is getting another toggle here. Let's go in there. That's also 0. I might not need the left hand. Hold on. The pointer's just the right hand, right? So let me undo the left side. Okay. Let me undo that. There we go. Only the right side turns into it. Alright. Where is that pointer toggle? Those are the default arms. Arms. Viola arms. Okay, so there it is. There it is. So now we grab each of these pieces. Grab all of the pieces as you can find, as many as you can find. Shit. English is not a great language for me to speak because I suck at it, but it's also like the only language I speak. What a feel. What a feel. Alright, cool. Mesh generated. Let's give this a toggle. There you go. Okay. I still need this upper arm. Still need this upper arm. Okay. That'll do. Unless I copy it. Ooh, I can copy it. Okay. Alright, so I'm gonna copy this, paste it. Upper arm pointer. Okay. And this one is going to have no viola toggle, just a pointer toggle. 100 for the pointer. And it's going to be separate. So we'll take it, move it out. There we go. So we have most of our toggles. Still have to do the shawl. Yeah, I'm in her 5 arms. How's the wizard work? Not too bad. Not too bad. Oh, one thing I'll have to do for the pointer is, because I will be adding hand tracking to the pointer, it won't be like tracking fingers or anything, but it will be tracking where your hand is. So if you are going to use your hand, you can use it. Probably going to be tracked to your left hand. Just left hand X, Y, and rotation, I think. Those are the only ones I'm going to track it to. Because usually for me, if I had hand tracking on and it was actually good, because when I did hand tracking, it was the first time I ever did hand tracking. So, hold on, let me try it. Let me try it. Yeah, so if If I have hand tracking on, you can see that I really talk with my hands a lot. And it's not going to be like full hand tracking for your model, so it'll just be the what you need for your viola and stuff. So here are both my hands. And I can turn them around. And each of the fingers is individual, so yeah. I'm never doing that again. I'm never doing the full hand tracking again. That was pain. Alright, I'm turning off hand tracking. Okay, let's see, what do I do? Wait for your viola, your hand tracking with a hand turn looks painful to set up, to say the least. Yes. Yes. Why, yes. Let me see, what did I miss so far? There is a shawl, I think, and that's like the last piece of the just general torso. That needs to be added. Why is there a bow toggle in the shawl? Oh, okay, that's the kind of bow you... okay, now I see. Now I see. I see. I see. For a second, I thought it was like a viola bow. And then I got really confused. Oops. Alright, let's do an overall shawl XY. Yeah. So the shawl needs to go over this way a bit. But not very far. Not very far. Not necessary. Oh, shoot. I forgot to add the keyframe. Hold on. Shoot. I pressed Ctrl Z one too many times. Shawl XY. There you go. And now I move the shawl over. There we go. Bow, 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 bow. So many bows. That's okay. That's totally okay. Kind of a cloudy shawl here. Do you have a piece of shawl at the very back? I'm gonna guess it's down here somewhere. Yeah, right here. Right here. Found it. Okay, this one also needs to have a toggle. But first, I'm gonna add it to the little torso on the back here. Actually, you know what? Never mind. I'm gonna just give it its own deformer. Shawl, back, XY. Good enough. Okay, so shawl back, XY, body XY, gonna scoot this over a little bit like that. Oh yeah, I like that. That's very good, that's very good. And then going down and up, we need the shawl to accommodate. And then going up, we also need it to accommodate. Okay, and then towards the left, let me grab the shawl back as well. Where did I find it? There it is. We'll need to do a little bit of a turn, move it over, there we go. Reflect horizontally. Move it down a little bit more. Reflect horizontally. Okay, we'll reflect that again. See if that makes it a little more consistent looking. A little bit. I think that this could use a little less movement here. Yep, that's more like it. Alright, let's try upwards. Okay. Upwards. Gonna add a little bit of that. Give it a little bit of a tilt and a little bit more motion to the side. Yeah, there we go. Reflect the motion horizontally. Then we might move it down a little bit. Just to not have it bounce weird. There we go. Reset to defaults. So we're gonna grab shawl back, and then all of the front shawl pieces, and add a toggle here. Replicate. Shawl toggle. Okay, where did I leave it? Pointer shawl. There it is. Do 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 do. No. There you go. Okay, so now it's at 0 and there's the shawl. Okay. And then I need both the shawl back and XY to go into the upper body Z. Because it needs to be able to move. There we go. I think last thing I'm gonna do before I end stream is I'm gonna add the physics here, clothing physics. This is gonna go with I think clothing bounce. We're gonna go with clothing bounce. Actually, no. I'm gonna do this bit next time. I'm gonna do this bit next time. Or maybe I'll do it off stream or something. You'll see it next time anyways. Basically all I was gonna do is put this in a deformer, give it a bounce motion, give this a bounce motion and a sway motion. And that'll work. Alright. So thanks so much for just chilling out with me in the background or foreground, doesn't really matter. See you next time. I'm gonna be streaming next Wednesday, I think. If I get some motivation, I'll do my controller modding stream sometime this month, hopefully. Hoi. Okay. Well, thanks everybody for being here. Even if you just popped in for a second. Thanks for that. I'm gonna see you all next time. Janet.